Hello and good morning, everyone. I am Dee Venom along with Feathered Friends. Thank you guys for joining us in regard to addiction, relapse, and recovery. Any amount of your guys' positive energy shown on not just the social media platform, but all of my social media platforms are always welcomed. And with that being said, let's get into addiction, relapse, and recovery. All right, you guys, I see that one of the tribe members has decided to sever ways, and honestly, I can't worry about that. I have so many other things to worry about aside from individuals severing from the tribe. The more that I step into my true light and identity, the more that people are either going to be drawn to my light, or they're going to separate from it. And once again, I can't worry about that. Anyway, I told you guys in previous content that I was going to be visiting the different campuses of One Step Beyond and meeting the members, which are the people that we are going to be serving and the staff of those particular campuses. And everything was fine until I got sick. And we'll get into that here momentarily. I'm not sure if it's withdrawal, which I'm pretty sure I'm still going through acute withdrawal. From my understanding, I went through the worst of withdrawal. Now I'm going through the acute phases. And, I have to understand that 13, 14 something years of methamphetamine abuse off and on, more on than off. I can't reverse anything and think that everything is going to be fine within a 2-week time frame. I abused my body for some years and my body is wanting this motherfucking drug and it's not getting it. Aside from the naltrexone, which is right here, this shit is going in the garbage or in the toilet. I don't care where it goes, it's not coming in my system. It had me constipated. It had me lightheaded. It had my stomach beyond tossing and turning, profusely sweating. My body is telling me something and it doesn't want this medication in my system. My thing is, if I can't rely on faith and the spirits to get me through withdrawal and whatever the case may be, then what do I have? I don't need to rely on this man-made medication to get me through that. And my body obviously don't want it. It just don't want to deal with it. And it told me that big time yesterday, especially when I threw up on my motherfucking fruit. Anyway, I get up that particular morning and everything is fine. I take care of my birds' needs and I take care of my own personal needs. I called the instructor that was training us to see if they wanted all of this meat that I have. I stopped eating meat, I think it was yesterday or the day before. It's not doing anything for me and my spirituality. And yeah, I watched the video courtesy of YouTube and it had to do with being chosen and what we're putting in our bodies that could be blocking our spiritual channels and whatever else the case may be. And it resonated with me 100%. Eating meat that comes from stressed animals or tortured animals, I don't give a fuck if they were tortured or not. I just don't want it in my system, and my body has told me this on several of occasions. Anyway, I didn't want to throw all of that meat away. I was either going to take it with me to a 12-step to see if they wanted it, or I was going to see if One Step Beyond or the instructor could use it. And so I called them. No, I texted them first and I didn't get an answer. So I'm like, well, let me go ahead and call once I got, a bunch of my shit taken care of to see if they could use it. So come to find out, they didn't receive my text. And they said that either they could use it or someone else at One Step Beyond could use all of it. So bring it with me or bring what I could. I took all that shit. I bagged up a whole bunch of tuna fish. I had brownie mix because I'm cutting out a lot of sugar in my life as well. So whoever benefited from what I had definitely had a lot of stuff because I just didn't want it. Anyway, I put all of that stuff in my car and I grabbed my backpack and whatever else the case may be. And I made a banana kefir shake. That's what I took my medication on. Anyway, I drank that, put all of the stuff in my car, and then before heading to training, I went to Fry's grocery store because I knew that I wanted to put something in my stomach, and it wasn't going to be meat. So I ended up buying $5 worth of pineapples, and I bought $5 worth of mixed fruit, and I bought 4 sparkling waters, and I bought some ranch dressing to go with my cauliflower. And I do believe that was it. Anyway, I get in the car, I hit the freeway, and everything is fine. Excuse me, everything is fine. I don't feel like I'm going to get sick or anything like that. I'm jamming my music like I normally do. And I get close to where the training building is, and I see one of the individuals that I'm training with. They were, smoking a cigarette or whatever, and I, hey girl, whatever. So they jump in the car with me, and we go to the training building. So we had a couple of minutes before it was time to head inside. So we are, we're in my vehicle chopping it up, talking and stuff. Then we ended up grabbing all of the stuff that I brought from home to take inside of the training building. Once again, everything is fine. I don't feel sick or anything like that. And I offer people some fruit that I bought, and I'm eating fruit. I eat all of the mixed fruit, and there's still some pineapple left. And I'm still feeling good. Nothing is wrong. Then before we left to van up to go to the different campuses, I started feeling a particular way, but still, not, how can I say it? I wasn't feeling sick. But I did start to feel a particular way. Anyway, we went to the Scottsdale campus first. And I know that the van was extremely hot, even with the air on, it was hot in that motherfucking van. And I was sweating from that, but I was sweating more than normal. And I'm just like, this cannot be happening. I'm not going through this bullshit, regarding this naltrexone or this, withdrawal. I just can't be going through this. Anyway, we make it to the Scottsdale campus, me not having any incident. We visit the campuses, and we see the members meeting, the people that we're going to be serving, the intellectually challenged, or special needs people, and we meet the staff, and everything is fine. One of the members recognized me. They were like, "You're going to be working for this staff, right?" And I'm just like, But anyway, I get through that, and everything is fine. We go to the next campus, and on the way there, I had to close my eyes because I started feeling motion sickness from looking at the scenery, and I started that profusely sweating bullshit, and my stomach was, tossing and turning on an intermittent basis. And, I'm just like, I'm just pissed off at this point because people started to recognize that I wasn't feeling well. And they were like, D, are you okay? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, yeah, I'm fine, which I truly was not. And anyway, I had this motherfucking rag on me, which was soaked full of motherfucking sweat. That's how much I was sweating. And anyway, we get to the other campus, and I forgot which campus that was. And, we all get out the van, go inside, and I'm feeling a fucking wreck. And we're walking around the campus, and we're meeting the members, and we're meeting the staff. And at this point, we're being offered food. And I took some things, and I couldn't eat it though because of the way that I was feeling. And it was a point where we were at a different campus, and I was offered a cookie by one of the members, and I told them no. And I didn't want to make them feel bad because, some of those individuals are very sensitive, and I didn't want them to feel like I don't want to take the cookie because you are intellectually challenged or special needs. It was all due to me feeling bad. And anyway, I remember at one point at one of the campuses, I was walking behind the group, and I kind of severed ways and went into a restroom, and I was so motherfucking mad. I was about to punch the mirror, but I had to remember where I was at. And I'm just like, this is not happening to me. I'm like, this is embarrassing for one, because people are noticing that I don't feel well. I mean, I'm out of everyone, which was about 10 of us, I'm the only one that's doing all of this motherfucking sweating and shit. And, it was just so embarrassing. But, I understand that, I have to go through it. Everyone that had a drug addiction had to go through, especially a extended drug addiction, has to go through the point of withdrawal. And, my thing is, why then, why there? And it could have just happened at a whole different point in time. Anyway, I just remember going to these different campuses and feeling like shit. And there was one point where the instructor, the person that's training us, is driving, and I'm sitting in the middle of the seat, and they kept looking back, and they were looking at me. They told one of the people that was sitting next to me, yeah, I kept looking back at you to make sure you were okay. No, you were looking at me, because I felt their eyes penetrating mine every time we made eye contact. They were making sure that I was okay, and that was embarrassing. It was just like, oh my God, and it was just a fucked up situation. And thank God I didn't get sick until the last moment. But still, I had one of the people that, I was training with in my car, because I took them home. And, anyway, I made it through going to all of the campuses without any incident. I didn't get sick. There was one point where I almost got sick, but it was mostly profusely sweating, having to lay my head to one side because my stomach is all tossing and turning and shit. And, just that lethargic feeling. That's what I was going through. Anyway, we get back to the one-step building where we were training at or whatever. And, everybody got ready to, several ways and get ready to go home and prepare for work Monday. And one of my soon-to-be co-workers asked me if I could take them home. The individual that I seen when I first got to training that got in the car with me. I volunteered to do that, and everything was fine. On the way taking them there, I'm still going through it, but I was fine enough to get them, home. And I'm praying to God, I was praying to God even on, while I was going to the different campuses, just let me get through this, just let me get through this. And he got me through it enough to the point where I got the young person to where they needed to get to. And they were asking me about my podcast and podcasting information, and I was trying to respond to them, and then that's when my stomach and my throat started doing that, you know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, hold on, and I opened up the driver's side door, and chunks of watermelon and chunks of fucking pineapple just came squirting out of my damn mouth. And I'm just like, and hopefully the people that were standing around didn't see the shit, but I was just so embarrassed. And the person that was sitting next to me, they probably like, the people probably thought I was on motherfucking methamphetamine the way I was sweating and it was just that embarrassing. And anyway, the look on their face, they probably like, this bitch, I just don't. Anyway, she was like, do you want some water or anything? And I'm just like, no, I'll be fine. The biggest thing that I wanted to do was just make it to this damn apartment so that I could lay my motherfucking ass down and forget that this even, happened. Anyway, they ended up getting out the car and stuff. And I sat there in the parking lot for a while. And I'm just like, for one, couldn't believe that I just threw up. Two, I'm pissed, I'm just pissed. My clothes are, hold on. This soaking wet. My vest soaking wet. This towel soaking wet. Okay. Everything was just soaked and motherfucking wet. And anyway, I get on the road to drive myself home, and I'm feeling fine. The thing that I had to do was just throw up, but I wish that I could have did it while we were at one of the campuses while I was near a bathroom and got it over and done with. I just wish that I didn't have to do it in front of the young person that I took home. Anyway, I get home, and I was going to create content for you guys and explain to y'all what had happened, but I just wasn't feeling it. I got on that damn futon and I just went to sleep, and by the time I got home, it was around, because we wrapped up everything about 2 p.m. And I got home after taking them, to where they had to go to about 3 something. And I slept the whole night away. I wasn't feeling anything. I don't want to talk to nobody. I don't want to, be podcast. I don't want to do shit. I just wanted to be left the fuck alone. And I wake up the next morning, which is today, feeling a hell of a lot better. So again, I'm not sure if it's signs of withdrawal that I went through, or if it is because I quit the naltrexone and now my body is going through something because I've been taking it for a while now, and my body never was used to that motherfucking bullshit. But I'm not sure what it was, but I honestly feel like it was geared towards possibly withdrawal. And like I said, I can't be going through this shit because I'm in a position where I have to be there for other people. I can't be worried about what the fuck I'm going through. And these people, they made, oh my God, there was one point where we was at a campus and we were meeting the members, and one member, he introduced himself to everybody, me being last. And he came up to me, and I think he knew that I was feeling well. I think that, not feeling well, but not feeling good. I think that he could sense that, and he put his head on my chest, and he just laid it there for a little bit, and everybody seen it, and they were just like, oh, and it kind of gave me like a little bit of energy at that moment, and it made me happy, even though I was, feeling fucked up. But yeah, he just laid his head there and just kept it there for a little bit, and I shook his hand and stuff, and then he ended up walking away, and that was one of my happy moments that I had during that trip. Aside from that, I was just fucked up. But anyway, I feel a lot better today, and yeah, I start work Monday, 8 o'clock in the morning, you guys. And once again, we need your assistance. So please come and join us, you guys. But if you want, I don't know. I don't like the naltrexone, obviously, because I'm not taking it anymore. But like I said, if you guys truly need to take it due to withdrawal symptoms, go ahead and do it, because it does work to a degree, but it just didn't work for me. All right, I'm going to end this content, and I will update you guys on my life some other time. All right, my people of addiction, relapse, and recovery, thanks for listening, and namaste.